Yeah, where you from?
North Carolina for the most part, but I was actually born in Germany. Both of my parents was in the
Oh,
army,
that's dope.
and they had
That's
me over there.
Yeah, my great
Yep.
grandmother is German. She came over here from Germany during World War One.
Mm.
My great grandmother Mary, and she whatchamacallit, she found her black guy, and boom, the rest is history.
Yeah, German women have a tendency to like brothers, you know.
Well, welcome to the Nerd Talk podcast. I'm Remington. I got my co-host tonight is Ien Conner. He's a rapper, entrepreneur, very good man. Excited to have you on. I have like nieces and nephews and kids that love you on Game Shakers and stuff. So it's like big deal having you come on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks. A lot of the Game Shaker stuff been going viral lately, and so that's been really cool. Reliving some of that, sharing that stuff. It was a great show. It is a great show. It's a syndication.
Not only that, the Shameless stuff goes viral too.
For real,
Yeah,
that was my
That
show.
yeah.
scene that
People love the Shameless. That's one of my best credits. You
the
know.
scene where you run down the dude through the college, like
Yeah, I got fake tased. I had to act
yeah.
like I was getting tased by the police. We're chasing lip. It was cold out there though. We was in Chicago for real during the wintertime, and it was cold, man.
I got to film a little bit of Cobra Kai in Atlanta. So
Okay, tight.
I'm a little bit into acting stuff. Like I got
Yeah.
my SAG card. I've done movies with like David Spade and
Okay, tight.
yeah.
You in the union. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the union. I dip my
Yeah.
toes into it every once in a while.
I've been in the union for like 14, 15 years, man.
Wow,
Hmm.
wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. You like it? I mean, obviously you do it for a living, but
Yeah. I love it. I love it. It's my career. It's the thing I chose to do. What I wanted to do. I started really my senior year in college. I was down in Miami. I live in LA now. I've been in LA for a bunch of years now. But yeah, I was out there in Miami, and that's really like my training ground where I
now
like
you
kind
were
of
into
learned the
sports
business.
first, or were you kind of did?
I
How
was
did you
in the
transition?
basketball. Basketball.
Yeah, because
Serious.
that was the biggest thing that threw me off when I was reading your credits was the 2K, and
Yeah.
I was like, am I
Serious
missing something?
basketball player, man. Serious basketball player. Very close to making it to the NBA. I stopped playing professionally, I think, relatively young. It's probably like 24 whenever I kind of stopped chasing the dream exactly. But
Hey,
I
you still
I've been a
look
pro
young, man. You
basketball.
still
I've
like
been a
you in
pro
your
basketball
20s.
player this whole time though. Even when I was on Game Shakers, I did other sports too. I went and played Australian rules football for 2 years,
Wow.
man. 2013, 2014. I played Aussie rules and one of these trophies. We what was it? We won the national championship. Yeah, we won the national championship 2014, bro. My second year playing the sport.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I got it right
I
here.
was never
This
tall
shit
enough for
dusty.
the whole basketball thing. Like I played in middle school, but that was about as far as I got. I never got the height.
I'm a short guy.
Yeah, but like my dad was a basketball player. He played in the army. He played like in high school, then he joined the army and he played in the army, and so I had it like that. And then I was really tall as a kid,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? So like at first I wasn't good. I kind of sucked. But I got better when I was about like 10 or 11. I started kind of like coming into my body, like understanding. I think around like third grade, I started playing. I moved to this part of Texas where my dad was, and they used to play football outside. And
What
so
part of
when I
Texas?
learned how to play football, it made me tougher. And I just started, I don't know, I just started figuring it out.
What part of Texas? Because my grandmother's from Texas.
Well, my mom, when I first moved to the U, because I was born overseas, and I moved to the U.S. when I was 5, and I started kindergarten in San Antonio, but what I'm
Oh, okay.
talking about is a place called Orange, Texas, which is like over by like
No, yeah.
Beaumont, Port Arthur, that UGK area. They used to be rapping about all that. Oh, that's over there. Orange County, Orange, Texas is over there.
Yeah,
My
I'm in
grandmother's
Louisiana
from
right now.
Silver Springs.
Yeah, I'm
What
right there in
happened?
Louisiana at the top. I'm like right
Yeah,
about
right over
at
there.
town.
Yeah, we would take my dad, he liked crawfish and all that, and
Mm.
his girlfriend used to like to shop, so we used to go across the bridge to Lake Charles,
Yeah, Lake Charles.
Louisiana.
I got some
Yeah.
family. I got some family.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask you, like, because I'm still it's still blowing my mind. What made you get in, like, how'd you get into 2K? Like, I know you were into the
Okay.
big basketball thing. Like, how did that kind of opportunity come to you? Because that's
Man,
crazy.
it's
You're
I
like in all of them.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a bunch of them. I ain't in all of them. I'm in a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it came from being LeBron's body double. So I was LeBron's body double. I was
All right, so,
LeBron's body double for a lot of years, like
mm-hmm.
12 years, bro. So like almost all the new endorsements that he got, we
Mm-hmm.
shot commercials for. So it would be a
Mm-hmm.
new one. Like Kia came. All right. It started with Nike, then went to State Farm, then Kia, then a bunch of other ones, man. Samsung. I don't know. We did a lot.
That
So
blows my mind, man. That's crazy.
yeah, so
Crazy.
I was rocking with the King like all the time, really. And then so we filmed in Miami. They hired me to do the 2K commercial because LeBron was gonna be on the cover. So they hired me for the 2K commercial. And it was gonna be filmed in Miami. So I'm like, bet.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude, Allen
Nice weather.
Hughes, bro, Allen Hughes, one of the Hughes brothers, the dude who directed Menace to
Above.
Society, directed this commercial. So I'm
Wow.
working with Allen Hughes from Minister Society and all the other stuff him and his brother did. But anyways, we go to Miami, we shoot this commercial, and I learned early in my career, within reason, respectfully, to try to find out who's who on set, right?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not what you
Who I
know,
need
it's
to
who
know.
you know.
Yeah.
Who I
Network.
need to know. Who run, you know what I mean?
Networking,
Who run
baby.
this shit over here? Like, I'm trying to be their friend.
Mm-hmm.
So on that one, I got really cool with the president of 2K. He was right there. And I kind of sparked up a conversation and we just hit it off. And I followed up with an email like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, and he was like, he tapped in with me. And then he said he hit me up like a couple months later because we during the conversation I told him I had acted, I did Shameless, all this stuff. He was like, "Shell, we got an acting role I want you to audition for because I think
Mm-hmm.
you'd be great for it." I didn't really know exactly what it was, so I went in there and I auditioned to be my player.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I killed that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I killed it. And then so I was my player in 2K15. I went up there, we put on the whole suit, all of that. I locked in, they scanned me into the system. So I am kind of in I'm not in all of them as ATM and my player, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm in
You're
every
biting the
game
bill.
probably
Yeah.
since 2015, like
Mm.
as a coach
That's
or
awesome.
something.
That's crazy. So I got a very selfish question. Okay, you did Shameless, right? Did you meet Emmy Rossum?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
how did
I shared a picture of Emmy Rossum and I think yesterday. It was on my story. I don't have a bunch of pictures with him.
mm-hmm.
I only did one scene with Emmy over the 2 seasons I was there, but I used to see her all the time. And then we
Mm-hmm.
would have like I was in the cast enough that I was invited to different events. So I'll see Emmy at an event or whatever. And I filmed in Chicago. So we all was over in Chicago for the week at the hotel, and like we filming in Chicago. So
Oh, that was
yeah, I
gorgeous.
I met him. She was really nice. She was sweet. She's nice to me. She talked to me. You know what I mean?
Gorgeous.
You give me a hug, all that. And he said,
Yeah,
hug,
I
Emmy
feel
Ross.
you. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so how did you like? What made you get into this field? Like where did you get the acting bug from?
Man, watching movies as a kid, I watched a gang of movies, bro. Like my family, like especially when we was in Germany, like maybe it wasn't even like that much to do. It was like Germany in the 80s, bro. And like my parents, just like they loved movies. And so they used to actually dub the movies. We had a bootleg copy of everything we watched. Everything we watched, we recorded. Like we
I
had
feel
double
you.
VCRs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Record. Yo, I don't know how many movies. My parents had thousands of movies on
Boy, you
VHS,
bringing
man.
it back. Tape and
You
tape.
know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like thousands of movies. So I was indoctrinated young, but probably around like third, fourth grade, I knew I wanted. Third grade, I knew I wanted to be an actor, bro. I don't know, something that I seen in the movies made me be like, I can do that. I want to do that. And I literally started doing variety shows at the house at night. And then I was like, I always enjoyed doing the performances and stuff like that at school. And then they got to a point they started asking me, like, Shell, can you, like, I remember in high school, that was one of the things. Like, I do poetry. I'm a spoken word poet. But in high school, they asked me to do a Langston Hughes poem in front of the whole school for Black History Month. I was a freshman. And I was just like, why y'all ask me? You know what I'm saying?
They saw something in you.
Yeah, and I went up there. I worked really hard on it. You know what I'm saying? I killed it. Like all the kids, like gave me love. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm lit. I love this.
I feel you. I feel you.
So then I would put myself in position to do these things. So when I could choose electives, I chose drama. You know, like I want to be an actor for real. So I took drama. And the thing was too, like I had my dad's support. My parents had divorced when I was like, when I was 5. So when we moved from Germany, we split. But anyways, my dad had, like, in high school, we was all together and stuff. And like, yeah, I had his support. Like my dad was a soldier. And like I think about these memories of being on stage in a high school play, and my dad is in the audience in camouflage uniform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a man's man. It's a fucking soldier, bro. Like, and he, you know what I mean? He watching his son do his thing. And that type of stuff will motivate you to keep pushing, man, for real.
100%. 100%. Just having that family structure there, that discipline, and then you seeing like that support system there, like that just So do you like
it mean a lot?
Yeah, what is your memories of okay, what would you consider to be like that big break moment when you felt like, yeah, I made
it? In some ways, I still don't even feel like that. But there's been things along the way that was super dope. You know, like Shameless, like coming from being a basketball player to actually landing Shameless, like, bro, I'm lit. I didn't even go back overseas no more. Like I was like, I'm good, son. Like Nickelodeon, and actually like being nominated for an award and being at the awards and like your show go up there on the thing, you know what I mean? And like you over here like hoping that you win like best show, like that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
Because the Nickelodeon stuff is the stuff I'm kind of jealous of, because you get to work with Kel. Like that to me, like a lot of people, like that's like the end game for me. You know what I mean? I grew up on Keaton and Kel. I grew up with like Dan Snyder stuff. And you got to work with them. Like that is crazy. That's like
it tripped me out because I put my son on Keenan and Kel as a kid. We had like a what was it? The Amazon Fire thing.
Oh yeah,
like it's like that. Yeah. And so one of the programs he had the whole season of Keenan and Kel, and he used to watch it all the time. You know what I mean? And then later, when we did the first table read, he sat right next to me, and so I was like tripping. Dan was across from me, and Kel was right next to me. And I was
That's
just like,
crazy.
That's the bigger
I
one.
was like, this real? Like, this real?
Like,
You know, like, we about to read the whole script. And I was just like, I mean, I killed it in the line, but like in my spirit, like I was kind of nervous. Like, we walked into Nickelodeon, bro. We walked into Nickelodeon, it's SpongeBob, it's all this. I'm like, this crazy, this Nickelodeon. And then we go
legendary.
to the table and
Ooh,
Kel sitting next to me. You know what I mean? And like all the different things that he done been through. And I'm like, I witnessed this dude's comeback, really. Like I really
Right.
was right next
Absolutely.
to him through his whole like this comeback this way, Good Burger 2, all of that. That came from the success of Game Shakers. For real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I
Yeah.
was right there with him for like 3-4 years, man.
That's Game Shakers is one of those shows I'm surprised like they haven't talked about doing a reboot yet or something because it's so popular in syndication and like a lot of people that are like that were like kids nowadays are still watching it as teenagers, still watching it as young adults. That shit is on Team Nick all the freaking time. Like I'm
The
really
thing
shocked
is,
that that's
they
not in the
kind of hated
conversation.
on Game Shakers a little bit though. Like Game Shakers is his show, but the network show was Henry Danger. So Game Shakers they wouldn't really let Game Shakers get like too big. Because Game Shakers for me, it was better. Like I know this, I love Henry Danger.
Yeah, it was
That was my
100%. I
guy.
think
But
Game
yo,
Shakers
Game
appealed
Shakers was
more to
just
a
better,
teenager.
man.
You know, it had that little bit of like edge to it that like a
And
lot
I
of the
think
other
that's part of the
it's hip
thing
hop.
too. That's
It's hip
part of the
hop.
thing. The edge
Comedy.
with Nickelodeon, you had these big ass adult guys on there, and like this show's a little different.
Straight up. It's hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's hip hop culture. But it's like it's a Dan Snyder show on top of that. So it's gonna be successful on. But it's like, hey, if they gotta choose Henry Danger, Game Shakers, and it's like bigger audience, Game
But we
Shakers.
was killing, bro. Like people
Y'all
loved
was.
it. I ain't gonna lie. People loved it. And so at times, whenever they allowed it, there were times where Game Shakers actually did overtake them at the #1 spot a couple times.
100%.
Well, in ratings or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So like we was right there. We was the #2 show though. We should have got that 4th season, but all of that's at the same time whenever Dan decided, separate him and the network separated and all of that stuff. So that ended Game Shakers run. But they gave Henry Danger one more season, right? They gave Henry Danger one more season
Now
and they
here's the
cut
thing.
Game Shakers like
When it
they
comes to
wasn't all
that,
the way
like,
behind us like
can you
that, bro.
can you speak on like Dan's exit from Nickelodeon a little bit, or what you witnessed from your perspective, how all that was?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be for real. Off the strength, Dan is. I don't know that I even tried or attempted a bunch, but Dan is. He gave me an opportunity. He actually listened and read a couple of my scripts. So like towards the end of that, I pitched and I was going out, you know what I mean? I was at him like, yo, nah, like for real. Because Dan used to always be like, Shell, you are a funny man. Like he all the time. So I'm like, man, you think I'm so damn funny? Here, read this script and let's make a show.
Put your money where the mouth is.
No, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew we was coming to an end too. We was all hoping we got that 4th season. But I was like, man, let me get this up to Dan first. But we actually had a meeting. Him and Jake Farrow was the other main executive producer. And I gave them 3 concepts. And they said yes to 2. And then they sent me up. They sent me to I had a meeting with the Nickelodeon executives, like about the shows that I wanted to make. You know what I'm saying? And so like off the strength, like he didn't have to give me that opportunity at all. Nothing really came of it or whatever. And that's at the beginning of all the weirdness too. So then like I'm in this meeting, I'm pitching my shows, right? And then I'm like, oh, then they start trying to feed me for information. About Dan, you know what I'm saying? So
Quiet on
Have you
set.
ever seen anything or heard anything?
Show me
I'm
on the
like, for
doll
real, it's
what
like
happened.
it's me. It's like four execs right here. You know, I'm having this meeting, but I
No
ain't had no
children
dirt.
feet, right? No children feet. Nowhere around, huh? Did you see?
I ain't have no dirt. I didn't have any dirt on them, man. To be real with you, I can't speak for anything that came before me or whatever because I just don't know. But as far as him executive producing Game Shakers, it was fine. Can I kind of see, you know what I mean, or like get like, you know, like where people may be coming from or whatever. Like, because Dan like cleaned up his image a lot. Like he
Yeah.
used to kind of come through dressed, you know what I mean, kind of like sloppy, like on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was a big, heavy set dude. But then like, you know, he started like getting in shape and like, you know, it's like starting to take care of his appearance better and things like that. So, and this is around the time, you know, I'm seeing him or whatnot. That I seen him get mad a couple times, but it wasn't really the act. It wasn't to the actors though. Like I can see an assistant probably having a hard time
Mm-mm.
with him. You know what I'm saying? I heard him kirk out on the assistant a couple times, but I come from the basketball world, man. It's like, man,
It's
coaches talking to
normal.
the
It's regular.
players, bro. Like, why the fuck you ain't plug the laptop up? I'm like, yeah, why the fuck you ain't plug the laptop up? Like,
Oh
I
my
had
god.
a I have a very I have a crazy story. I used to work for Disney and I
yes.
used to pitch TV shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
one of my ideas got stolen from Disney. So maybe it's probably best that your stuff didn't get too far, you know what I mean?
I mean, it all depends
Mm.
on it all depends on what I don't know. You don't know. You never really know what the deal is until you actually into it, isn't it?
100%.
It's something I'm still aspiring to do, to be an executive producer and make my own shows. At that time, though, I was in the building, and so whenever you're in the building, you want to take, you know, do your
Right.
best to take advantage of the opportunities of, you know, being in the building for sure.
I pitched a little show called Homie and the Redneck, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically, you know, a black guy, he's a radio DJ, and there's did we lose him? I think we
Hopefully we
lost.
did.
Oh shit.
Oh, there you
Hello?
go.
No,
Yeah,
we're
you're
here.
back.
Hello? Okay,
You're
We
back.
okay.
So and then you're back.
I'm good. I hear you.
And so we got there was a black radio DJ does hip hop, and then we had a redneck move to the city to become a DJ, and they don't get along, and they got to overcome their differences to save their radio station, right? So I pitched that to Disney Channel. 2 years later, after I pitched them this, they come out with this show called Big City Greens about a redneck who moves to the city and befriends a black kid named Remington. My
Mm-hmm.
name's Remington. You know what I mean?
I mean, I mean, they do that, and so you know you want to be able to protect yourself. And there's no saying that those shows won't get made without your knowledge or whatever. But whenever you like a little bit more inside, like you got some more leverage and insight to like what's going on.
I end up turning I got a friend who does like executive producing and stuff. He does more reality shows and stuff. He had given me
Yeah.
this idea to just turn it into a book because I still own rights to certain things, and just take the stuff
Yes.
that I wrote and turned it into a novel, and the stuff like that I own. So that's what I did, and it's one of my novels that I eventually will pitch around again at some point. You know.
Sounds good to me, man. I'm right there in that same boat, working the
Like that
pitch and
always needs new ideas, you know what I mean? Like, and then it's always somebody you never know who you're gonna run into in this business. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. And having things prepared helps, but also experience, you know, helps. And, you know, so I try to like help people kind of cut through some of the noise and some of the BS I had to go through, you know, to help them to get to wherever they need to be in the business and the game.
Now, How different was the vibe stepping into a show like Shameless compared to being on Nickelodeon?
Well, Shameless came first, and
Oh,
Shameless was
okay.
actually my first. It's technically my second credit because I did do an episode on the Nick Kroll show. On the Kroll
Okay.
show,
Nick Kroll's
and
funny. I like Nick Kroll.
yeah, I worked on the first ever Kroll episode, and that was cool. But all intents and purposes, Shameless was like my first TV thing. I did like a bunch of commercials though. I'm like a legendary like sports commercial guy though. Done like a ton of commercials. So I was used to being on set. And I was just kind of going through the motion. I was putting my best foot forward. But like, bro, I had did so many TV auditions and I didn't book none of them. So like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I just got into the
Oh, I
mindset, you
get
do
it.
it and forget, like do your best, but you do it and forget about it, like whatever. So that's kind of how it was. And then whenever I left Warner Brothers, like before I even got to the highway, like it was the quickest I ever got booked. And I just got booked like real quick. And then I was like, "Y'all for real?" And I was like, "I just left." They was like, "Yeah, they love you." I was like, "Well, shoot, let's get it. Let's do it." It was tight because that's with Warner Brothers. And then so I go on to Warner Brothers every day, you know, not every day, but for the days I'm working. And I got my trailer over there at Warner Brothers. I got access to the gym at Warner Brothers. You know, I really stepped into like
You get to see any cool
real
celebrities
full on
while you're
Hollywood
working
life,
out.
bro. I hopped in like real full on Hollywood life. Like, you know, like I was right there. You know, I sit next to Ien and Mickey. You know, like that shit was crazy because they was like these guys are both straight. You know what I'm saying? But you know they played
Playing
gay.
gay characters is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like it shows
yeah.
their artistry though.
I happened to be sitting. They had this scene, and that they had to they had to be intimate together. And I was sat next to them while they discussed like how the scene was gonna go.
Mm.
I was like, "It's wild work right here."
Uh, just think about you got to go home to your significant other who's a late night.
Yeah. Well, Noel got engaged around then, and I think Cam is probably like a little bit more of like a Hollywood playboy now.
That part.
Yeah. I mean, respectfully, I don't know. I just see him posting with he be with
See,
the
I used to
models.
always find that fascinating, right? Like it's let's just speak about just communities, right? And in certain communities, right, we're like, okay, let's say for instance, for example, the guy from P Valley, right?
Yeah.
He played a character that was, attracted to the same sex, right? But he's a married man to a woman, you know what I mean? But in our community, people feel like it's that stigma. It's like, oh, you will do that, you'll play that character. So my question to you would be, you being a black man and being, I'm presuming you're heterosexual. Would you,
Yes.
would you ever like if that role gets presented to you and it's a real good opportunity, would you take that role?
It's so good that you bring up that comparison
Mm-hmm.
because I worked with J. Alphonse on Clipped. So
Mm.
I did the series Clipped this on Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get some insight from him
Mm.
about it. And then I sat right next to Ien and
Mm-hmm.
Mickey, you know what I'm saying? So like here I got kind of both perspectives. And
Mm.
obviously I'm a black man in the black community, like I get it. What J. Alphonse, somehow he out of maybe almost anybody or everybody from
Mm.
what I can see, he's kind of transcended it,
Mm.
right? Like he's doing a bunch of different things. He's in Clone Tyrone.
Mm-hmm.
He's in he's in this new like romance movie, and
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody thinking about Lil Murder.
You did.
Like,
You
you
did.
know what I'm saying? Like it comes up still from that's
At
Lil
that
Murder.
time it was a
But
big
like
thing.
when he's
You know what
stepping
I mean?
into these roles, like I'm like, these ain't even care. It just seems like they even care. So however he carrying it with social media or
Mm.
whatever, like
Great PR
and I
team.
don't know what he has to deal with on a day-to-day personal level. You know what I mean? I've worked with him, you know what I mean, on a daily basis, but I don't really know what that is for him on a personal level, how that may affect him or not. But see, from seeing how he moved and the confidence that he rocked, like, I don't know. I feel like he kind of changed the game with that a little bit. And I also like it's not okay anymore to ridicule people for being homosexual or playing homosexual. So I think maybe there is a tides of changing a bit or some maturity coming a bit. But then obviously us in the Black community, we always feel like there's the conspiracy aspect of it too. And not to say that there isn't some realism to it in the demasculation of Black men. Right? Okay. Oh, Shameless. I'm gonna keep it a hundo. Right? They asked me, they asked me
exclusive.
they asked me to be fully nude. I had to show my joint, son. Like pause. Like
they make you wear the sock.
They didn't offer you a double, bro. Like nothing. Like
they asked me. They offered me a few more. They offered me a few more bucks, and they kind of was. And they were like, "We really like you." And
we like you and we want you.
Yeah,
it's easier in the hard way.
And then so we went back. It was like, well, what if he doesn't do it? And they were like, hey, we really like Sheldon. We have him written in more episodes, but if he doesn't do this, we can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't even laugh at that. I understand it, but it's like, whoa.
When I asked my mom, man, I went to my mom. I asked my mom how she felt about it. My mom was like, "Boy, you better do it." Hey. And then
how much money they
was such
paying
a
you
clean, like bong bong. I was like, all right, but that was a very nerve-wracking experience and situation.
Yeah, I feel you. Because I know we laughed
crazy.
About it,
but it was wild also. It was some wild stuff though, bro. Like, let me tell you the setup though. Like, the setup is crazy. Because my girl come in and catch me. Right? This is how it says. So I'm supposed to be getting topped off by a Russian prostitute that's staying in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I dip. Then I run butt naked.
I'm caught. Yeah. But see, in that scenario, it's like, okay, did you feel any bit of like, oh, I'm compromising who I am, or hey, I'm doing this for the love of the game, or this is my craft? You know what I mean?
It was one of those. It was a bridge type of moment that I did. I did have. I assessed it. I did assess it from a few different angles, but then also, I'm like, this is my craft and what I do. And also this show is called Shameless. Like,
I don't know how I would feel being naked in front of a bunch of dude producers, especially
it was just naked in
front
of just some of the shit I went through. It was supposed to be a closed set, but there was a bunch of we had all the Russian prostitutes in the living room. They was up like right there.
And I'm looking at it like this. Emmy Rossum was naked on the show. So, you
know what? Shanola Hampton came to me and she talked to me about that. And she was like, we've all had our moment on this show. She had her titties, she got them black joints out, you know what I mean? Like, God bless the queen. Like, everybody had so it was like, okay, we take it one more step further with Shell or whatever. And then I was like, all right, cool. Let's do it. The whole thing was nerve-wracking or whatever. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But I stayed on the show. And I finished that season out. And I had a cool run on it. It was good.
We got a live viewer question. They want to.
Okay.
King Havoc Warlord wants to know, would you ever play a Medea-type role if it was presented?
Oh, you want to hit me with that one?
Big Mama's house kind of thing, you know, like Martin Lawrence.
Nah, son. All right, hold on. It's not my preference, to be real with you. I really don't want to play a Big Mama. It's just I don't know. I just don't have the desire to do that. As far as being in like a same sex thing, it really I've been presented and we haven't. It's just whatever, things have never worked out for that to ever be the case. I'm fine with it not ever being a part of my career, but but for real, but like at the same time, like if the right situation comes up, possibly, but
They offer a
I don't
couple
know.
mil, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You put yourself in Oscar contention for set you up
That's
for the
what I was
rest
about
of your
to ask.
career.
Like,
But it's
okay,
also, but then you come across that thing too, where you have that continued stigma of black men having to, you know, quote unquote, bend over, you know what I mean, to have certain success and get in certain ways. So, you know, being a man of a certain level of consciousness, like, you know, I am aware of the
Them Diddy
perception of
parties are
what's, you
real,
know,
you
what's
know,
at
boy.
stake. What's
Them
up?
Diddy parties are real.
I mean, I've been to a bunch of different parties. Never anything too good. I never went to a Diddy party. But I don't know. I just be out and
I can
about.
tell you from my experience,
Sometimes you run
it
into
should
some
be
stuff.
happening.
I feel like the art world
period,
might
it's
be
more free.
crazier than the actor world, bro. I've been to some high-end art situations, and you pull up and people is tied up. You know what I'm saying? Like
They
getting
eat
slow
sushi off
roasted
of
and
women.
on the fire.
Like, hand me the sushi off her toe. Yeah.
I had a girlfriend get mad at me because I asked her if she wanted to go to the naked sushi party.
Look what I'm telling you, man. I ain't never been up, and I'm knowing it's happening
I'm trying
out
to
here.
put you on. She was like, "That is disgusting. I can't even believe you want to go to something like that."
Hey,
I was like, "Man, I
it's
thought it
art,
sounded
darling.
fly."
Okay, so here's my question, right?
All right.
Do you more so lean? Okay, like just for
So the
like
answer is
your
no. I
picky
don't
role.
want to play that character that they asked me to play.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But like leaning towards like when you're selecting different roles, right? Do you lean towards the comedy aspect or do you lean towards more drama heavy roles?
I know that I am great at comedy. I'm a great actor, period. I have less doubt in my comedy than I do in my drama. I feel the drama is I almost feel like it's harder to get perfect. It's harder to get perfect to get the drama. But sometimes you just melt into the character, into the scene, and it just feels perfect. But one of the great things about comedy is the reassurance of it is laughter. So the reassurance does help. I used to, because before when we were on Game Shakers, we rehearsed. On Shameless, we didn't rehearse. Like everybody was a pro. You know what I mean? Like we didn't rehearse. Like you just came in, run through the thing 1-2 times, we getting it done. Game Shakers, we rehearsed, and we had kids too. So but we had a run through on Thursdays and Fridays. So the network to run through, and then Friday would be the big run through with the network and everybody involved in the show, special guests, all that. And you run through each scene live. You know, set to set to set, and you run it.
Oh, like back in the day, you know?
Yeah, so I always knew when my jokes hit, and I would get tight if a joke ain't hit. Like I need to hear the laughs. So I need to know that it's funny. So you learn how to pull laughs and how to like instinctually like feel where the joke is in
So
what's being written. And then they used to let me improvise a bit.
oh, boom. So basically what you're saying is so you prefer the more so the live like stage play aspect more than the shameless aspect, right?
Um, it feels more like traditional acting. And
Mm-hmm.
that was just part of our rehearsal process. That
Mm-hmm.
still wasn't the filming that we did for Game Shakers. When we
Mm-hmm.
filmed for Game Shakers, we locked in and we filming like how Shameless or whatever, but it required more rehearsal time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, did something like do? How do you feel about? Well, first of all, before I get into this other question, you were also on Bel Air too. How does it feel to be part of such a legacy that even it being a reboot of something so popular, you know, how does it feel to be part
What
of this
was
big
really
legacy?
dope, what was really dope about Bel Air was I've been fortunate to be in the first episode for a bunch of shows.
Right.
And so I was in the first episode of season 201. So you do the seasons like 101, like it's like
Yeah.
201, 202. So season 2, 201. All right, and then they hired me as Big Dre. And how I got the part was, well, I auditioned as Big Dre, but I had live footage of this character that they wanted. This is the one that this is at Venice Beach,
Yeah.
and this guy is a one-on-one basketball beast, bully giant, and that's actually me in real life. So
Right.
like I won so much down here in Venice Beach and all this stuff. So I actually sent them a clip of me doing this. The last one-on-one championship I won, it was like it's some Chinese one, but I just dominated it. I was in my bag, bro. It's like 2019. And so the producer came up to me and filmed. They was like, "Man, you know what was so great was that you actually had the footage." And then like
Right.
they was like, "You sent that clip," and I was like, "Yeah, man, this role was perfect for me." I like Big Dre is Big Shell. Like I was like,
Right.
I almost asked y'all to change. I almost asked y'all if I could Big Dre could be Big Shell. But I was like in my earlier career, I might have been known for doing too much. So I
Yeah.
was just like happy to be here. But I did want Big Dre to be Big Shell because Tammy Mack, she's a radio host here, and Tammy Mack was Tammy Mack. So I was
Right.
like, man, shit. Why can't you? But I was like, all right, I'm just happy I got the job. Cool, bet.
Hey,
Lethal
sometimes
Shooter was the
sometimes sometimes they
basketball
work it out
coordinator.
like that.
Hmm?
Sometimes they work it out like that, you know?
Yeah, I probably could have got it done. Lethal Shooter was the basketball coordinator on there, so that was cool
Mm,
working with Lethal. And then, so what happened? I wound up because I was in the first episode. I wound up being in the trailer for the
wow.
season, like,
Yeah.
and so that big, and it was like a thumbnail, like on the Peacock thing was me for real. It was me and Will Smith. It was the face
Yeah.
off. Is the face off with us. Like you pause the joint and it'd be like Sheldon and Will. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So that was really dope that worked out like that.
Did you ever have something as an actor that challenged how you saw yourself, like a role? Does that make sense?
Uh challenge myself. I had to do this short film this one time and had to hold a gun to my head.
Oof.
And my grandfather died of suicide with a gun to his head. So
Oh man,
yeah, that was like a thing.
that's rough, man.
Hmm.
I kind of feel that way about like suicide stuff. I had to do a movie recently in the last 2 years that I had to talk about my cousin killing himself, and they did a whole movie about his school and stuff. I messaged the director. I said, you can't do a movie without including this story, right?" And he said, "Well, why don't we have you tell the story on the movie?" And I was like, I was literally in the movie in tears trying to retell this story. Like, so I kind of feel you on that. I can relate a little bit.
Well, that whole that short film was actually pretty deep because it's about population control,
Yeah,
and the concept was someone had to give their life for you to have a birth.
right.
It was heavy stuff, right?
Yeah, it was very heavy.
Mm-hmm. To be or
So
not.
do you guys feel like just the both of y'all, right? Like do y'all feel like it would be very, very difficult to get into like let's say method acting, right? Or have y'all ever thought about like, oh, I want to do some method acting, for instance, and just lose yourself in a character? And how do you think that would like, like that would affect you as a person?
I look forward to having the challenges to do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not intimidated by it at all, and I have a strong mind, and I feel like all these different things are experiences that we can pull from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that alter our lives usually for the better. All the different experiences that we get to encounter. So I look forward to the days where I'm challenged for lengthier, more in depth characters on big projects.
I don't know if I could do method acting the way some of those actors do. Like, who's the actor that was playing the Joker that was sending like the rats to like the other castmates? Like, I
Uh,
don't know if I could go that kind of
I don't know
level.
about going doing all that,
no,
but I
but
love Heath Ledger's
Jared Leto.
all-time performance as the Joker. Cam Monaghan was the Joker on Gotham.
Mm,
That's Ian from
Yep, from Shameless.
Shameless. Yeah, he was on. He was the
Mm-hmm.
Joker too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's
man, that's crazy, man.
I just want to show the skills, bro. I want to
mm-hmm.
show the skills. You know what I'm saying? Like I get discriminated against because I'm a tall basketball player, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mhm.
people try to play me like I don't really got that acting bag, and I'm like, I look like this, but I really been doing this since I was a kid. I did both.
Mm-hmm.
I did both since I was a kid.
So do you feel
Like
like
I
you
was
get
in high
typecast?
school, I was in drama, theater class, whatever. Usually the rehearsal would be right after school. I bang that out for like 90 minutes, and I go to basketball practice because the girls used to practice first. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, now I
Mm-hmm.
got the chops.
Yeah. So do you feel like you ever get typecast for like certain
Of
roles?
course,
Mm-hmm.
of course, but at the same time, I am a true believer in I'd rather be typecast than not cast. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with
So,
that. Yeah,
said, but being typecast,
Mm-hmm.
it can allow you time to grow. It's hard to break out
Mhm.
of it sometimes, but it can allow you. So all that basketball stuff, I was making money doing basketball commercials. It was keeping me in the business, in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So all right, cool. Now like I've all bodyguard. Okay, Ruthless was the bodyguard. You know what I mean? Tough guy stuff. I've done a bunch of bouncer, tough guy, private security stuff. All right, cool. It's putting me in the building though. So I'm cool. And then you have opportunities where those typecast roles happen to get extended sometimes. Or like, okay, so whenever I would do basketball commercials, I do a lot of basketball commercials, and I would be the dunker guy. But whenever it came to they wanted the basketball player to say lines, I was pretty much always getting those because out of this group of basketball players, I'm the true actor out of them.
right. Have you ever had to turn down a role that you instantly regretted? Like something like, oh, you rewatch it later on, and go, man, I could have had that. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm so mad that I turned it down. That would have been perfect for me.
No, but going back to what y'all asked me before, I was early on. They were trying to get me to do this role, and they just like felt like I was so perfect for it. It was a prison boxing movie, right? And so I was like, "Oh, this hard," you know what I mean? I'm getting this like, but there's a catch, right? There's a catch to this prison boxing movie and this prison boxing role. So they had me all hyped up to do this thing, and it was like it's gonna be your first leading role, whatever. Like this could change your career. It's an independent film, but they got a decent budget. You'll film on location, Louisiana for a month, all of it, et cetera, et cetera. Dude falls in love with his transgender cellmate, and I think eventually like dies of HIV or something like that. And I was just like, that's a lot.
That's heavy.
That's a lot. Yeah, but we didn't wind up doing that. No.
Was that by choice, or you just like kind of like, oh, so you had something else that you, and it just kind of happened to go like that?
I let my agent deal with it. I let my agent like deal with it as in like I let him choose how to proceed, and he
I feel
proceeded
you.
how he chose how he proceeded.
Mm-hmm.
And how
Do you
he
do you
felt
ever
like he
just
felt
sit?
like he's like he was like I got something. He was like just what I mean. It's like hold on. He was like you ain't gotta do that right now. So some like he was like I know they trying to convince you that this script. He was like that script ain't that great. He was like it's good, but he was like it's not. He's like it's feel like it's not exactly what. He's like I know you're eager to get out there and do the, but he was like at the same time we're cool. Don't worry
I
about
mean,
that.
do you feel like you could have just tested out your acting chops with it though? Like, do you ever sit back and be like, "Oh, I kind of regret not doing it a little bit"?
I know the type of movie I would want it to be, but I
Mhm.
don't believe it was the type of movie
Mhm.
that if I would do that, like I really would want to honor like for real. Like to me, it's like you at that point in time have dropped most inhibitions, and you have like just succumb to the art, really, the art and the business and just whatever it is into this character, and then it's just like that. So I look at it as a very vulnerable aspect, you know. And so if it were ever to become to me, like I feel like, yeah, like give it that more like that respect than just some like whatever. But I don't know. It's something that comes up. So it's like
You were in Space Jam as well, right?
I was.
Was that like motion capture as like how do you like as for like I know it was a little motion capture, but like as a body double, did you have to do motion capture for that stuff too? And what
No,
was
I
kind
didn't
of your
do the motion
experience like?
capture part. I just did. I did.
Oh, did we lose him again? He'll be back. That's crazy though. Space Jam, man. I like Space Jam.
Yeah, like that's one of the ones. And he's like, man, he's a fascinating brother, bro. Like
He
he's like
really
been
was
in
coming back.
this wonderful conversation. Like seriously,
Oh yeah, it's really fascinating. I'm sure he's got like so many stories.
for real. Like, and it's I'm loving like picking his brain about just the business as a whole, like
Yeah.
experiences, like, and then he's like, boom, like one of
Oh, I wonder if
one.
it's my connection.
Mm,
I wonder if it's my connection.
mm, I don't know. Hopefully, his phone didn't go dead.
Yeah.
But like we got him. We got. I mean, boom. He gave us a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that I had him on. You know, he's really good at source information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I kind of want to see where his thoughts would be like on like Marvel characters that he might want to do. You know?
So dope. That I think he's coming back.
Yeah.
He he should be coming back. That's the thing right there. Like getting into those like comic book roles. You know what I mean? Like, would he be
Hmm.
interested in that or shit? Is he like working on something? What is he working on right now? You know?
Yeah, man. I tried to audition for Black Panther. I'm one of the few black actors that couldn't get on there, you know.
That's crazy, Rim. And
I
you know,
auditioned for a Wakanda warrior.
ha,
Some other dude got I was so upset. I was in Atlanta at the time too. I was ready.
ready. That would fit you so perfectly too. Like,
Yeah,
dude, you'd seem like, uh, you're the right demographic of people
right.
we're looking for. Like for real. And
Some other
that's just
dude.
so dope. Just like even with your
I
back.
I had only gotten the Adam Sandler one.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. He's he's here. I don't know. He just went back into the thing. It's just loading. I had only
Yeah,
got the
man,
Adam.
my bad. Nah, somebody called me and threw the thing off, bro.
Oh man.
He's like that on you.
Somebody I don't even want to talk to.
Mm.
So just kind of we were going over like what kind of your like experience with Space Jam was, and just kind of like that's another iconic movie, you know.
Yeah. Um, Space Jam is kind of. Yeah, I want me to keep it 100 with you.
Keep it solid, big brother.
All right, this is Space Jam started off really, really great, and it was going really, really well. And probably had maybe about we worked on it for months, and maybe I had about another month left of work left. And in my star of mind, I thought it was a good idea to do a press release that I'd be working on this movie as LeBron James's body double. And it went viral. It went viral. It was a very busy day. And I got fired.
The Warner Brothers snipers got you.
Man, it wasn't even that though, to be real with you. To be real
What?
with you. Um LeBron's team didn't like it. Or somebody from on that side didn't like it, and they pressed. I talked to Warner Brothers came to me, but they weren't. The lady kind of fussed at me, but she fussed at me because she just got fussed at by them. But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the amount of media I just got, like, if that's a they were like, no, we are insisting that something happens to him.
That's crazy.
And then so yeah, you know, then the big dog over at WB came through with my guy who was coordinating stuff. And then we had a talk or whatever, and then that was just how it ended. I am still credited in the movie. You know, my work still stands in the movie. I get royalties from the movie. But you know, it didn't end in a ceremonious type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Now, did that affect your roles moving forward when it came to being a body double for LeBron?
I didn't even care anymore.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care anymore, bro. Like I already was like Space Jam 2, I'm hype about. Obviously, I
Right.
did a press release. Like, but I've done press releases before
Right.
about other things. Like my first stories is LeBron stand in, turn Shameless, stand out, or whatever. You know what I mean? I've leveraged my proximity to him before. I just kind of maybe underestimated the situation at the time with Warner Brothers and people's excitement about Space Jam 2. Right?
Right.
But either way, I worked on the movie. I'm pretty sure I was the first talent hired on that movie. I was Warner
That's awesome.
Brothers. Bro, I was there whenever they were creating what this even concept even looked like. So what they hired me the first time to be LeBron, and they setting up to find a potential final battle, and they were guess who they were pitching it to?
Who?
They were pitch. I don't even think people know this, but they were pitching it to Kevin Durant. and
Mm.
it
Wow.
was a tarantula character. So it
Wow.
was me and the Looney Tunes and the tarantula character that's
Mm.
going crazy. But they said that KD didn't want to lose to LeBron.
Ah, that would have
Eh.
been fire. Dude, that would have been fire, but I feel him. That would have lived on in media
I
history.
was there, bro.
Absolutely.
I was there in the, you know what I mean, the origin.
Mm.
So like, however the things ended, whatever. But like, I put in so much work over the years. Like, is all that stuff is undeniable. Like the impact and
Man, that
the
shit's gonna
job that I
be
did.
forever be part of your legacy. Cause man, I got a 6-year-old loves Space Jam. Absolutely loves that. That shit is so fucking iconic, bro.
What I got tired
Yeah.
of moving after a while.
Now I
Uh,
was there, and I was there from, I really feel honored that I was there from the start of it. And my name is right there, bro. You see, stunt performer, second name up there, Sheldon Bailey.
fire.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
not to shift it too much away from this, but have you ever thought about maybe doing a superhero project like a Marvel or DC?
I
And
mean,
if
it's not at this point in time. It's not my decision. So,
yeah,
but I
but
would
if you
love
let's just
to.
say if you want to,
I've
like
read for things before. I read
Mm.
for things before. I'm gonna be real with you.
He disclosed? Yeah.
Like, like for me, like I read for another part on it, a major, like a main part on it. But I really wanted to be Luke Cage.
Oh,
oh, I can see it. I can
Like I
see it.
really wanted. Like I'm like, yo, like come on, man. Y'all in Harlem, like yo, I kill Luke Cage, bro.
I was just telling
Seriously.
Ion. I was just telling Ion. I had auditioned for the first Black Panther movie.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Not as Black Panther,
Oh,
but I
I
wanted to be a
auditioned to
Wakanda.
be. I auditioned for it. I auditioned to be the dude from the mountains. The who?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
Mbaku.
auditioned to be him.
See, I auditioned for a Wakanda warrior. I just wanted to be the dude with the fucking spear. You know,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
He
just
done-
wanted to do like cool little fights and be done. You know, I just wanted to be part of that history. You know, it was hard getting on that movie.
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen it trend a couple times. Like, Sheldon Bailey should be a Marvel character or whatever.
Mm.
We'll see. It's just things that I aspire to, and for in my career for sure. So we'll see
Get him
what's
as
up.
Rubber Band Man.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Just yeah,
No, I'm
just
looking at him and I'm like, oh boy, you could be the new Steel. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I can see that
But,
too.
mm,
yeah. I mean, it's a bunch of things, man, out there. So we'll see. What was it? I never really watched Black Lightning, but I used to audition for it.
mm,
I was on season 1 of Black Lightning.
Okay,
I was in season 1.
that's
that's
tight.
So
dope.
that was in Atlanta. So I was anything that was Atlanta. I was putting in for.
Yeah, yeah. My
um,
buddy from 2K, the dude that plays Jackson Ellis on 2K, he was on Black Light. He played like a lawyer for like a little bit. Will Blakegrove, that's the homie.
And you see what I mean?
Jackson
Like, bro,
Ellis, people love Jackson Ellis. Jackson
man, I'm
Ellis from NBA 2K.
I'm just a regular black dude, you dig? Like I do my music here and there, you dig, but I'm a father, three. Like, man, y'all black men inspire me, bro. Like for real, you dig? Like I have aspirations and shit like that, but it's just a TV screen to me, you dig? Like
Yeah.
watching y'all like really in it, like really like in shit. Like man, I remember boy being like a young dude with a you dig my baby mama pregnant, smoking a blunt, nigga shameless, come on, you dig? Like then you on it. So hold on, baby. Yeah, you can have the applesauce, baby. You see, you dig? Like, yeah, baby, get the applesauce. My nigga is like, man,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
game
I'm
changer,
I'm a dad too, man. I'm a dad. I'm a father of three myself as
man.
well. I just sent my son off to back out to prep school from Christmas break. He out there in Kansas, doing his thing, playing ball.
Man, that's inspiring, bro. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, man,
But I use this
yeah.
stuff for me because first of all, I do a variety of things. Like I got skills, man, but I got a good, strong, nimble mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I use my success in this stuff, in this business and sports and entertainment to motivate myself, to motivate my family, motivate people around. I go to schools, I talk to kids, and so it's about like helping like other people because their passion don't gotta be acting. It don't even gotta be entertainment, but it's something that is most likely creative, right? And so to the best of my ability, I like to try to kind of bottle up what I've been able to do for myself and share with other people to help them find their passion and a path to some success within something that they're passionate about that they can create and allow them some autonomy, allow them some separation from corporate America, from something that's just like very rigid, that then you can also like be able to experience life in a different way and to be able to do some of these different nuanced things that sometimes we never even think about or dream that we could ever do. But some of that comes with having some freedom and autonomy from, just like a very rigid like structure. Those getting those different streams of income. You know what I mean? Multiple streams of income. That's something that you learn along the way. One of the things, I ain't just acting just to be acting now. You know what I mean? Because if for that, I could be doing stage. Now, you can make some money doing stage plays, all respect. Bill, you know what I mean? You can go to Broadway, get busy, you can do tours or whatever. But I act on television for money, So
Right.
like
Make it
like
make
I
it
love
Dividends
rich.
and
this. I
residuals.
love it, but this is my business too. And one of the things that I've realized at a young age, whenever I learned about royalties and residuals. So I was like, hold on. So I'm gonna do this one time, and as long as it keep playing, y'all gotta keep paying me. This is
That's,
what we doing. I
that's why
was
I
like,
laugh
oh,
all the time.
forget
Anytime
about it.
somebody
Like
ever says anything to me about Adam Sandler, I'm like, man, every month I got 500 reasons why I will never say anything bad about Adam Sandler. Every
Correct.
fucking month.
yeah, yeah. So with that, I'm like, man, it's cool because it accumulates over time. And so I
100%.
look at some of the all-time great guys or the big money grossing guys, the Samuel Jacksons, the Rocks, all this other stuff. Like these dudes are set for generations for real with they royalties and residuals. Like it's crazy. And so, I want to put myself in a situation because we also with the union we got pension too, right? Because a lot of us we don't think about when we old, what's gonna happen when we old. So through the union, I've been earning towards a pension for like 14 years now, maybe
Right.
15 years. So and then all these different projects, every new project is going to add something to my pension. Every new project got the new Netflix joint. All right, cool. There's another one in the kitty. All right, you got this low budget movie, whatever. All right, cool. It's union, though. It's going to add another one to the kitty. Hope it blow up, whatever.
Right.
And then accumulate over time. Then you 65, 60, 65 years old. You know what I mean? You got you a little something over here, obviously, but then you invest in some other stuff too along the way. All right, cool. You got your pension. That's one thing. All right, it's going to keep growing. Let's keep taking there. But then boom, all right, well, over here, got a little something else. I start putting some bread over here, save and let that build and accumulate or whatever, man. And then, shoot, you hit a couple big licks, get you some real estate and invest it over here and over there. All right, cool, boom. All right, now getting on your mogul status.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got a live viewer asking or saying that they could see you playing Spawn.
Oh, that will go hard. I will have to get on my martial arts game heavy because Spawn is a bad man with Gemma, son.
If you ever need help,
Spawn
fourth
go
degree
crazy.
black belt kung fu right here. I'm in the
Nah, I
Hall of
love it
Fame.
though. Trust me. Now I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. So I'll get in the lab and go crazy for Spawn. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's put that out there in the
Hell
universe.
yeah. But we're gonna put you in AI. We about to make a name for you.
Cool.
Yep.
Who's an actor or athlete you would like to collaborate with that you haven't had a chance to yet? For the, you know,
Carmelo Anthony is one of my all-time favorite basketball players and personalities. I love Carmelo Anthony. He's a dope guy. I'll do something mellow. And then actor. Huh. On the music side, I would love to collaborate with Nas. I always love Nas, but
Yo,
Wait,
I
hold
would
up. You
I
say you
would
do
want to
music?
collaborate with Kanye, but I don't know what Kanye I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But like if I can get like the Kanye, perfect Kanye to like
The
them albums
genius
he was
one.
making like in the like 2010-ish
boom, they rest.
era, like when he was just so like in his bag. Like I want those Kanye beats. Like give me those Kanye beats.
So you do music too?
Oh yeah, I make music.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm a
I
spoken
didn't see
word
him do it.
artist, rapper. Yeah, I put it together.
Ian does music too.
I
He
heard.
he
I've been listening.
he's the guy. He's the guy who knows all about the music stuff. You know.
Yeah. I was listening.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm what you call it. I'm from New Orleans originally, so all my
Mm-hmm.
family members like boom. My cousin is little Soldier Slim son. So boom, I got the connection with Cutthroat Committee and shit like that. So
Yeah,
boom.
nah, a lot of great music came out of there because I was down in Texas and North Carolina, so I
Mm-hmm.
felt Louisiana music a lot. You know what I mean? Like the early stuff with Master P, No Limit. I remember that stuff playing on the radio, man. On
love
Bow
Master
There,
P.
Ice Cream, man. All that stuff, the collaborations with UGK, all of that. Then was it the bass music?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Now I love that stuff. I watched the verses. I
Yeah, boy.
watched the verses.
It was
They was
crazy.
down there in
It was
New
in like
Orleans. They had a bunch of heavy stuff down there for the Super Bowl.
mm-hmm.
Down I wasn't able to make it, but I seen they had a bunch of heavy stuff down there. That was dope. Now I love K Dot, and I know he the man of the hour. But like as a real hip hop fan and historian, I did really wish. Like I was
Weezy.
like, you know, take. I don't know. I just really wish they would have let New Orleans have a music moment at the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl, bro. You know what I mean? The verses that was dope, but you could have
Yeah,
just did that right there at the Super
you
Bowl right
dig?
there. Like
I respect
P, I feel like P and them is big enough. You know what I mean? Like I just give them that moment, man.
you dig? I
To me,
respect Jigga's decision.
with
You
some
dig?
Zydeco,
But
but you bring some Zydeco and some fucking like, what do you call these things?
oh, he talking about that bounce.
Yeah.
Have a little bounce music, but I respect Jigga decision. You dig? Like I get where he was coming from. Like yeah, that was K Dot yeah and all. You dig with the you dig because it shifted. Like that's how I look at it. Right? It was really trying to see that whole battle between Drake and Kendrick was to see where hip hop, what direction hip hop was gonna go in. Was it gonna stay in the the pop lane, or was it gonna go back to hip hop? So we seen what everybody wanted. They wanted to go back into hip hop, and like what Drake was giving was more so pop hop. You dig the pop version of hip hop. So I get what the culture was saying at the moment, and I guess that's the reason why P and Baby was probably like, hey, we need to do a verses just to like just because what they did, you
I mean, the
dig.
verses is dope. Weezy
I
was
didn't like the
missing
fact
though,
everybody was
obviously.
involved. Like when
Yeah,
Wayne did
Weezy was missing though.
you dig, Turk said he wasn't gonna do it, you dig. I was like, oh man, that broke my heart. You dig, like
Yeah, but Turk been on one for a while right now though. Like, yeah, so I'm like Turk, are you not realizing the things that you're saying? These are like consequences for the things that you're saying. I could barely watch Turk's Drink Champs
oh boy was
podcast, bro. It
his
really
hand.
hurt my feelings, dog. Like I cannot believe he did. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, like what cash money? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand why he talking like this.
Boy. And then
Whenever
Wayne
you
was
get
like,
kicked out of
hey, if
Cash
Turk
Money.
ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. So I'm like, damn. I mean, there's a lot of bad blood with them boys.
Yeah, but now Turk beefing with BG and Juvie, like on some other stuff. Like, bro, I don't know, man.
It's crazy. My post city.
We got
Yeah.
another person saying that they
What's
want
this
to see him at
question?
Spawn.
He said he could see his spawn.
Yo,
Well,
Black Dragon Film Studio. I feel like I know Black Dragon Film Studio. Sounds familiar. All
yeah, I
right,
bet you
we
he's
got
been
about
doing.
like 7 more minutes. I gotta get up out of here.
All right, I got
What else? What else we gonna chop it up about?
what does leveling up look like for you in the next 5 years? What kind of projects can we see from you, and where you see yourself going in the next 5 years? Oh,
I
did we
want to
lose
be
him?
like.
Oh, there we go.
I want to be like the guy Issa Rae. I like the male version of Issa Rae. I think Issa Rae is so dope in what she's done with her career and what she did with Insecure. I have a project in that vein that I really would love to have that kind of success. And then I live here in Inglewood, so seeing Issa's coffee shop, seeing her new restaurant, you know what I mean? The thing that the collaboration she did with Apple, with iHeart Music, like I really watched her from with her like later 30s, like really turn into a for real mogul, and then like keep a certain sense of integrity. There's a quality to this restaurant. There's a quality to this coffee shop. There's a quality to this Insecure. Everything that is involved with Issa Rae has a certain sense of quality and like an authentic cultural connection. And I think she's super dope for that. So yeah, the guy version of that.
Black Dragon Studio says, "I know of you, Big Shell. Was checking out your IMDb."
I appreciate it, man. There's some credits on there. A little bit. hello.
Man, but it's been wonderful talking to you,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I know we.
What?
I
Oh,
appreciate
sorry.
y'all.
What advice would you give to like people who want to like be in the industry and break into the industry, such as yourself?
Me. Talk to me. What advice do you have?
Yeah. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
you really have to believe in your talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like it needs to be an unwavering strength and confidence in what you do,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to have to go against the grain
Mm-hmm.
to some degree. And there's going to be times, the spots of uncomfortability along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Patience. But see,
Mm-hmm.
this is the tricky thing about those two things: believing in yourself and being patient. Some people will be taking too damn long. Bro, don't be
Yeah.
taking all that time, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
get
like.
it right, but get the work done and get it out,
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, you gotta get to work. And that's the other thing, the work ethic. It's
Mm-hmm.
work that was required in it. Now you're not doing the 9 to 5. All right, cool. Well, you
Yeah.
got to be doing work that puts you in position for your creativity to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to learn the business
Mm-hmm.
one way or another. Okay, what's the manager? What's the agent? Find out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, headshots. Okay, how important are these? Like, get mentors if you can. Some people be stingy with the information knowing they help. So if you
True.
can't find a mentor, I mean, we got so much information at the touch of our fingers now, man, with AI, Chat GPT, whatever. Like, you can put yourself through whatever kind of course, college curriculum, acting class, freaking music, production, learn how to run the boards, whatever. Like, it's all there. It's
Mm-hmm.
really about taking the time and putting the work in. And then
100%.
you gotta allow some time for it to build, right? And just
Mm-hmm.
go for it because you believe in it and you know it's dope. So it's gonna hit. Just go, keep going for it. And then you find out it's trial and error along the way. Will work, that don't work. Okay, that work. All right, bet. It's my formula.
Well, it's been great having you on. Just shout out where my fans can find you on social media, and like, what do you plug whatever. This is the time to
Yeah.
plug your stuff.
Okay. Big Shell Bailey. BIGSHELBAILEY. Bailey like to drink. Shell with one L. You can find me, Shell Bailey. Anything you want to listen to my music, Shell Bailey on all platforms. Shell with one L Bailey. YouTube, Shell Bailey. I got the TikTok. I've been just trying to be a little more active on TikTok, so that's Big Shell on the TikTok. But yeah, man, support anything you see Shell Bailey on, Big Shell on, man. No, it's 100. It's authentic. It's your guy, you know. Big guy with a big heart, man. Big talent.
Ion, where can people find you?
For
Yeah,
me,
on IG, Big Shell
Mm.
Bailey.
on me,
Oh,
bro, look, Google. You could Google me, Ien Conner,
oh,
IENCONNER. Anything like I don't really do DSPs right now. I'm just trying, I'm trying to build up your dig. So I'm just trying to like give out a lot of free stuff, free music, free stuff. So if anybody wants to I'm going to be listening to your music, Big Shell, just to check
Ien
everything out.
Conner.
Boom. Hopefully you'll return the favor for a young up and coming
I
brother.
got you, Ien Conner. No problem, man.
Just give me a
And
list. Appreciate
Ion
it.
just came out with a new single
Now
or
you came
album.
with an album, yeah.
That whole album, so that'll be linked in the description below for anybody that wants to check it out. You guys can find me on all social media under Nerd Talk Podcast or Remington Kais, and you can find my books in Walmart, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Make sure to check out all my books out there under Remington Kais. All right, thank you guys for watching. Until next
Sounds
time, I've been
good,
your host,
man.
Remington Kais, signing out.
Appreciate
Peace.
y'all.